Hello, spiritual viewers. It's me, Angie from Learn Love Tarot, and I'll be your spiritual stewardess today. We are going to see what's going on. I hope you are fantastically fabulous and amazingly well. So let's see where we go today because we are still in the energy of the full moon. We're at about 201 degrees of that full moon. And once we hit that 225 degree, then we are starting to move into the disseminating energy. So, right now, we are still kind of over the top of the roller coaster, so to speak, and throwing up our hands, trying to enjoy the ride. It's still that little breath of, whew. Okay, so that is still in the energy here. And I wanted to dive into this card today. So, 2 Mondays ago on the spiritual view on our live, we pulled from the new moon up to the full moon. And this is just as we are over the hump of the full moon. So, this is more of what's upcoming. And this is going to be upcoming here soon. So, as we hit tomorrow and move into the weekend. And tomorrow, I hope you will join us at 6 p.m. for our live episode 6 of the Spiritual Viewer. So that's going to be super amazing and fun. All of us will be there and bringing information to you for your best and highest good. I hope you'll be able to join us there. Let's see, number 39. So this one was our ancient future. And this is talking about. See how those two fishes are still communicating here, this yin and yang, this divine masculine and feminine energy. And then it's kind of giving me amphitheater vibes. So it's like she's going like this, and she's holding those lights of the DNA strands, and then these big horns, like a cornucopia energy behind her, and there it's like she's sharing this big pearl that's in the center there, the big pearl of wisdom, which is reminding me of the court cards in the mermaid deck because they are holding pearls, especially the Queen of Cups has a crown of pearls, knowledge, wisdom coming into us, communication, whether that is telepathically from our guides to us, whether that is from a deep soulmate connection. Very beautiful and interesting card that has never come out before. So I'm going to be reading it for the first time with y'all today. So let's look at the basics here of the key themes. Wisdom from indigenous peoples, ancestors holding the keys for the future, ancient remembering, bloodlines, how the past affects the future, a time to step up, timeless power symbols, activations for powerful shifts. So, we've been talking a lot, and we'll talk about it more on our show tomorrow night about how this is a fated and destined energy. It is a big shift, and it's the precursor to all of the lunar and solar eclipses that will be happening through 2027. I did post a list of those from the one that started on the 18th of September, the first of 7. Very exciting. So, this will give us a little bit of taste of the flavor of the energy. So, again, Piscean and Virgo themed there as we're moving into this new way of being. So it's saying right now the legends of the Lemurian civilization feel important as the wisdom from this ancient time is relevant. The fall of Lemuria alerts us to the possibility that humanity may face if we live without respect for the earth. Pisces and Virgo alternating eclipses. An ancient remembering is emerging. Many of the seed crystals and the knowledge they are imbued with are becoming unearthed. All those who can see a better future are not just dreaming. If you are here, then you be one of those, just so you know. Their hearts and minds are hearkening to the core of earth based traditions to bring through knowledge that will help shift this paradigm into balance. It is said that Lemurians who survived the fall traveled the planet and ended up in the places where inspiring indigenous knowledge far outweighs what Western minds have come to prioritize. Mhm. The ancient Egyptians, the Mayans, the Inca, the Tibetans, the Maoris, indigenous Australians, and the Hopi are our examples. These ancient knowledge keepers of earth and ethers have been holding the key for a new world. Cerie's been talking about that key. We've been talking about that since the 8-8 Lionsgate portal. We're being called back to our roots to acknowledge the infinite wisdom available when we drop to our knees in humble receptivity to move gracefully forward. We must first stand in our power for the places, ethics, and conversation of what matters most. When we heal ourselves, we often heal our ancestors also. Absolutely. These patterns that have been perpetuating generation after generation are the buck is stopping here with us guys. As illuminated beings ready to make a change in the collective consciousness, we can sometimes take on what seems like more than our fair share of karma. We may be clearing some of the wounds from our ancestors. With this in mind, we can ease through the waves, allowing guidance and empowered perspective to lead us to the greatest good. The divinatory meaning is that this card is imbued with activations for a new paradigm. Wow. You are now being showered with blessings in preparation for a transformation. We're going to call it growth instead of change. I know that word can be not funsville for people. So we're just changing the word change to growth. It may be turbulent at times, but you will grow and heal through the coming journey. Partake in activities that help you drop into a meditative state as often as possible. Use clearing tools to raise your vibration and don't get caught up on the destination. We are releasing expectation of outcome. Focus on the journey and experience. You can navigate a situation you have no experience with by being truly present. Integrity and intuition will be your guide. So, this is on page 105, which is an energy of change. Okay. That's beautiful. No wonder that card has never come out. These is big times, guys. These is big times. Let's see where we're going today. I was going to start right away with the fire deck, the Souls on Fire deck, but I feel like I want to get a little bit more information here. Let's tap into some vibrational frequencies here of the energies, okay? And this is a whatever comes out today reading. We do have the Sun trining Uranus. I will also have posted on my page a list of the previous trines with Virgo and Taurus there, and the Sun, and with Taurus and Uranus. And then we are still in that energy of Mercury opposing Saturn retrograde. Okay. And we also have that Virgo energy and Mercury, and Mercury. And then we have still Pisces and Daddy Saddy, and he is retrograding. So these are internal. Okay. Just saw that relationships card. This is like the honeycombs, the bees coming together as a community. Okay, give us more. Well, okay, there's Buddha. So, humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. They're opening up that heart chakra with all this green energy, and we're seeing the golds as well. I always use gold when I'm writing Virgo in Virgo energy. Just do. Don't know why. Okay, let's see what else we got going on. Let's ask here with this ancient future energy, where is the collective now? So I feel like we're in that place or in that over the hump of that big time fear because we could feel a shift coming. We just didn't know what it was. So where are we right now with that gold energy? Self-esteem. I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. I've not seen this card come out in quite a while, and I use this deck a lot. So I am happy to see that energy because we're surrendering here with this full moon energy. And again, on the live, we did pull from the new to the full, and I did post the meaning of this reading, and it's just gorgeous. And that is all about releasing the expectation, releasing also control, okay? Because control is a block, um, which is having certain expectations of outcome, and then we block our blessings, okay? So we're kind of maybe having some V8 moments here of, I was manifesting wrong the whole time. What? But not being hard on ourselves about it. It's like now we know better, we're doing better. And then with the collective energy, if we feel like we're taking on this huge task of changing ancestral patterns, it's a lot, right? It is a lot, but I don't feel like it's any kind of it feels lighter. Okay, especially because we're looking at this lighter side of life with through the lens of humor. And I'm getting here, look at these keyholes right here on each corner here, those four keyholes. It's like one going in at a time, though. Okay. And one of those keys here not only is humor, but an increase of our self esteem on top of surrender. Fourth key. Okay, we got you, spirit here. Gratitude. Okay, and that leads to our freedom. Let me get a connecting energy here. So, this is going to be for you, the listener, and then the intention is this is what's going on in the environmental energy. This is very literal here today. I am thankful for this life and the opportunity it presents. Um, the surrender card says I can release the need to control. Okay. What is the connecting energy here between the environment and between our beautiful, lovely collective of spiritual viewers? Please and thank you right here. Imagine all the people living for the world today, living life in peace. You may say that I'm a dreamer. We're not the only ones, guys. We are banding together. And this always reminds me of Aquarian energy because it kind of looks like a fan, which then reminds me of engineering and making blueprints. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind as a connecting energy. Underneath the bottom here with this butter yellow, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. So, with those ancestral wounds of clearing that karma of the past, the buck does stop here. We can look lovingly back and go, you know what? They didn't know what they didn't know. And we can rise above our raisin and do something completely different. We have the energy of the age of Aquarius here to help us do that. Beautiful, beautiful energy here, accepting what has been. Okay, let's see where we go. Let's see where we go, guys. All right, here. I've already done my pre shuffle. I got my nails done finally yesterday, and I told Liz in a text I was wincing the entire time. I hope she's feeling better today. So, honey, if you're watching, like, I get it. I'm usually the clumsalina of the group. So, I feel for you. We can actually call it baby gate, but not in the kind of, gate that you might think it is. It's a literal baby gate. Okay. Who are we, the collective here? What's going on? High priestess energy much with the two fishies communicating you in spirit, you and possibly deep soul connection. Okay, let's see what else is up here. That will be your energy. What is the situation here, spirit? Balance, giving and receiving, going, you know what? I possess gifts for the soul that benefit me and others. I think we're getting more comfortable with giving the gifts and sharing our gifts, especially of the spiritual nature. That and not given a not giving a damn anymore about if anybody thinks we're weirdos or not, especially with the sun trining Uranus. It's like, let those inner freak flags fly, guys. What else is the age of Aquarius for but to do just that? Letting our freak flags fly high. Okay. Alrighty. Love sails straight from the harbor. That's absolutely true. Love will lead us to the other shore. So here, imagination, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Wow. So bookending energy, the high priestess and the hermit energy here, Pisces and Virgo. What are we saying? I opened with talking about the eclipse energy and the balance of that, the sixes, body, mind, and spirit, three on each side, and being able to then share those gifts. Okay. This is the hermit looking down on the past. I also, whether or not intended, I see Egyptian pyramids here, even though they may be the mountains he has climbed here along his way. But for me, that again, this is going back to that ancestral knowledge, tapping into that deeper wisdom, our knowing. A lot of y'all are coming on board as far as you are energetically waking up. You are tapping into your higher consciousness, and those energies bookending. It's like wow, wow, like this fan going around and around. Wow, wow. You have divine help, guys. This is loud and clear, the combination of those two energies. That's balancing out not just our lives, but the lives of the people around us. This is pretty amazing. In the recent past here, what are we using humor and focusing on the lighter side of life? We are just having a little chuckle with the V8 moment at our our foibles, having a little chuckle, a little V8 moment of our own kind of ways we've gotten in our own way, and seeing that through humor rather than any kind of judgment or blame to ourselves. Okay. And what's inside here with this Aquarian energy that I mentioned, inside the Hermit's lantern is the star, the hopes and the dreams. So tapping into that, following what it is we intuitively know, allowing in our guides and our ancestors that love us unconditionally. If you are calling on them, do make sure you say that, because you want to make sure they have your best and highest good in their mind's eye as well, or their spirit's eye, so to speak. I'm looking at these greens. So tapping into, she holds the book of esoteric knowledge. And then we do have Buddha here, focusing when we lighten our energy, our third eye comes online and lights up from the flow up, as I like to say. So looking with humor and the past, when I feel like when we've left ourselves out in the cold, now it's like we all joining hands going, come on, sis, come on, bruh, come with me. I'll show you the way. They're walking right past. She was standing right here in front of the door. And I do like to say about Five of Pentacles, I can smell the food, I can hear the people, I can see the lights, but I cannot figure out how to get inside. Where's the key? we're finding the keys. And there may be someone, I think you may be this person here as well, because again, this is you, the spiritual seeker, especially if you feel like your high priestess has come online, a lot more so here with this eclipse energy, destined and fated energy, much guys, leading other people through the same knowledge. Okay. Pisces eclipses are nothing to sneeze at. The heart of the reading is what is blocking our energy here is the heart of this is like you do not have to be in a mental prison. That is a choice. That is rumination during the day. In addition to that, when I first started out with my channel, I did an entire reading on the Hermit energy in connection to the Eight of Swords. So that's interesting for me here that that's cycling back around. Because the only thing that would prevent us here from the situation of sharing our gifts is self esteem if we're still working on some of those issues, right? I do possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. But this is like, do I really think so? Well, you're here, so you got a little bit of a niggling, right? Right? You're here. So that's a good sign. Imagination underneath. You are allowing spirit to lead the way. See how she has an orange dress on here, and we're like, come with me, take my hand, sispra. How to tap into that higher frequency of our third eye. And this is spirit doing its job. I set up here. This is spirit, high spiritual connection here of guidance, leading the way. It's applauding those of us who are making this attempt, even if it's scary, even if you're not wanting to get in the water, you're like, but I don't know how to swim. It's okay. You know enough. You know enough so far. Okay. Let's see what the blocks here, possibly even to do with this lack mindset or just feeling a little bit lost. How does this, third eye thing work? How do I tap into my subconscious? Okay, so what was a block would be wish fulfillment, and a block that means it's going to be the shadow side of Nine of Cups. That can be focusing on what we don't want. Okay, lack mindset here. If we're focusing on what we don't want, I don't like my drive to work. I don't like that there's, I have no options for lunchtime. I don't like that my friend groups right now. Whatever it is, if we are telling ourselves that or reminding ourselves of what we don't like, we're going to get more because that in itself is a frequency, right? So I think we're learning that, like, oh shoot, I've been manifesting wrong this whole time. The V8 moments, right? See that with humor. What does spirit want us to know? This self-esteem has bogged us down, and I just talked about doing a reading on the Eight of Swords Hermit energy, and now we've got this Stairway to Heaven energy, which that reading brought in the lyrics to that song, because this is on, we see the carrying the load here. You've already done all the heavy lifting, spirit wants you to know. They're going, I got you, boo, the rest of the way. You've done the examination, okay? You've done the evaluation. You are embracing creativity. The self esteem is rising. So these are the last of the ancestral burdens. Even though they're not ours, guys, we have then played out that energy subconsciously at the very least, because that's the way we learned how to communicate. That's the way we learned how to relationship. Okay, that's the way we learned about our own selves and our own self esteem and how that's an inside job, right? It's not about my life is all my identity is about what I do, what I'm busy doing, my actions in the world. It's how am I being in the world? Where is my energy? Am I in an energy of gratitude here that is bookending this humor? So, right? So these columns here are going to be vibrating with each other. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. The block has been not having gratitude. The block has been, I can't see the good. Even though I can smell it, see it, feel it, I can't get in there. Okay. Well, High Priestess, that's getting in there like swimwear. Okay. So, which can be pretty deep sometimes. We are setting down these ancestral burdens and these patterns. Okay. We have learned all the ways of the world and being in our life by these patterns, whether we were aware of it or not, and whether we were aware that it was affecting how we felt about ourselves. I feel like we're waking up to that. We're becoming aware of that now. There is new growth on the end of these wands, which are action, and I'm just being called to all, there's no orange in the top three rows here. And we have this orange sacral energy right in the center of this mandala. Mandalas all hold energetic frequencies. And down here, when we're getting to these rows so far, we have here. Let me show you the way. We came together here as a team, and this can be like, we struggled along the way. Okay. I still struggle. We all still struggle. We still have life to get through. Right. But I think we're seeing that in a different way. She's got an orange dress. She's got an orange dress on here. The boat that spirit is guiding us in is orange through creativity, imagination, embracing the creative aspects of our mind, getting out of our head, out of those swords and into the calmer waters. And look at that right here. That reminds me of that Aries eclipse energy I talked about. I think this past Monday, the beautiful lavenders and purples in the sky that day. And then we have the surrounding energy of all the orange and not being able to see that, right? If this is a block. But no, even if a card comes out with a shadow side, the energy is here and that can be righted at any time. It can also continue to be a block if we're failing to have gratitude for what we already have. Okay. What is the outcome of this self examination, this creativity, and surrendering and allowing spirit to carry us here? Got some decisions to make, some new life rules to bring in here. The infinity loop is orange. Okay. Wow. So carrying the burdens, orange shirt, orange dress. This is about letting those go. Spirit says you are almost there. What could be this last little piece of the key? If we've got the key, we understand logically that, oh, okay, self-esteem goes in that one. Are we doing the work of that? Are we uncovering those subconscious patterns of the psyche, the shadow parts of ourselves? We all have them. And it's looking at that without judgment, without a harsh critical eye. Because if we're doing that, I'm willing to bet that that's happened in your life. Maybe that's how your parents were brought up as well. And if it wasn't, if there was any communication, it could have been criticism, and then we subconsciously take over that in our own minds, right? And then it kind of tends to go on a loop here. The Two of Pentacles. We pulled that on Monday's live with doing the most, having too many plates to spin, burning the candle at both ends, being wishy-washy, going back and forth regarding some kind of a 3D life. How do I combine the spiritual with the practical? Time, money, energy, resources, assets, our home, right? All of that earthy pentacle energy. Let's get a little bit extension here on this energy. Victory here. So now we have the Six of Swords, allowing. Once we allow, we find that balance. In addition, there, when we find the balance within, there's those two ships, and I mentioned love sails straight from the harbor and leads us to the other shore. Allow yourself to be led. Okay. There is victory here waiting in this truth. Okay. There is victory waiting, and we can see it with humor. We don't cry over spilt milk. We don't go, oh, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Just go, oh boy, was I still asleep? What I said about the two ships, soulmate energy. When we get right with us, deep connection, past life energy. There's a reason I see that as Egyptian pyramids. This is a deep soul connection here. Okay, let's see what else we got. Victory over our own mind, taking over the negative loop of what we were told, what we was expected of us. Okay, if we had parents that also had low self esteem and we heard them talk negatively about themselves, well, then it just felt normal to do that for ourselves, right? It's just a pattern in our brain that can be overcome. You just have to notice it when it comes in and stop it at that moment. Okay. Name it something outside of you because that's not you. That is your fear talking. Okay. That is your fear talking. And then that just keeps looping. If we don't stop it, it ain't going to stop itself. Right. Uh, that lower grade devil energy there, Five of Swords, Eight of Swords. That's our thought patterns, especially with this King of Swords energy. You're making a decision to stop doing the most. Okay. And honestly look at, where those V8 moments are, but with compassion. I was gaslighting myself, right? And that was, we're getting victory over that, but it's been a long battle. This could have been a lifetime that it's taken us to even understand that we had any damn patterns, right? We all got them. It's just whether we are aware of them or not. And waking up, guys. Age of Aquarius, tapping into that imagination, which is blocked. Our intuition, our creativity, our imagination is blocked when we are stuck in those negative loops. Okay. These truths, these here, I mean, big ass V8 moment, right? Wow. Scorpio energy, again, more water here, water and air. So this is us down here on the walkway as others are going to be waking up and coming to these truths, these realizations. When they start surrendering as well, we see ourselves in them and we're like, yep, we were there. I was there. I know exactly how you feel. I know exactly how you feel. If we're not surrendering, if we're not letting go of those loops, and we're still feeling ourselves in that need to control, trauma is stored. Look how that looks like a cell here. Trauma is stored on a cellular level. It alters our DNA. Okay. And now she's owning it. She's like, I'm harnessing the power of this. I'm amplifying my energy. I'm harnessing my creative power. And by doing that, by raising my own personal vibration, I then affect everyone's vibrational frequency around me because they swim in the fishbowl with you, right? If we have to alchemize our energy with a partner, with another person, with the people that we work with, that absolutely affects our energy, okay? And we need to rise above that raisin and at in the very least stop being our own darn enemy. But these truths, these V8 moments, you know, the outcome energy is here. And now you're like, oh, I had help seeing the light, hearing the people, and finding the door and turning the keys. Now y'all are standing on the walkway watching everybody else wake up. Now, how about them apples? Wow. I'm just feeling just a frequency of such pride, like when I would see my classes understand a concept, or even particular students that it took me so long to build a relationship with, to gain that trust, to get in there, right? And it's just such a moment of when they get it and you watch that other person get it. It's beautiful. You do hold a sense of pride because you didn't give up on them. It all comes, you're seeing people release their needs to control as you do. They're going to be doing as you do, as you are thankful that lapis lazuli, that just came in there, that okay, that beautiful energy, it's just blaring open. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. When you are thankful for what you have, you are then modeling, like teaching, you are modeling. It's an I see, I do, we try it together. Now you do it. You've already done the I do, we do. And now you're saying here, standing on this walkway, going, now you do it. You're watching them have their V8 moments. And I don't think you expected that this lover's energy would be a part of all that. When you are tapping into that violet flame within that third eye, your frequency raises. We stop the stinking thinking. We have victory over our own gaslighting. That surprise, that shock at this awareness can bring a partner in here if you are not already partnered up. And that can be any kind of past life soulmate energy, guys. This can be partnerships within families, friendships, of course, and love, but it can also be, I mean, there's all kinds of partnerships. So we'll just leave it at that. Okay. King and Queen of Swords. I know Jen pulled that on Monday. I believe I pulled that on the Saturday on the past, present, and future love energy. What was current, what was a person you wondered about, and what was possibly new coming in. Now we've got divine pair on the board, as well as this lover's energy. We do have Venus in her home sign of Libra right now, seeing the truth of your heart, increasing self-esteem. And let's finish off there with this energy here. Um, Bottom of the deck. Wow. Um, I want to keep going over on this side. Okay, let's scoochie over here. So yin energy, um, resolving that masculine action part within ourselves, being the teacher and watching the others do the you do. Queen of Swords. Under surrender, we have the card of surrender, the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. Okay, again, this is environmental energy. You can also see this as the Yang energy. Feminine. Okay, it's like you're owning, you're balancing. Okay, thank you, Spirit. You're balancing the masculine aspects and taking action. We don't need to overgive. We don't need to do the most. You don't need to do that. Okay, pride. Also, see here, then the masculine energy, the yang on this side of the deck, is tapping into their feminine wisdom and they're surrendering. Remember, we have this energy within our own selves, so it doesn't have to be in partnership or another person. However, that if you're not when you least expect it, these VA moments can lead to a deeper love connection, whether new or current or past. Gratitude. I am thankful for this life and all the opportunities that it presents. So, because it's bookended here with the Queen of Swords who sees the truth, the Seven of Cups is a depiction of there's some good cups, there's some scary cups, there's what if there's a bad cup in there? What if I choose wrong, right? A fragmented sense of our psyche, a fragmented sense of ourselves. With that green energy of gratitude, I feel like we're pulling in here on the light aspect of the Seven of Cups, which is spoiled for opportunities, spoiled for choice. We see the truth, okay, of our yang energy. Our yang energy then balances out the feminine and allows us to surrender, no longer doing the most, seeing something from the other side of that lemniscape. Okay. And again, I'm pulling on all the greens over here of the heart chakra. This could be the heart chakra opening. And we do have a balancing of the creative energy here right in the center. Now, the energy of the surrender is a red and orange if we're looking at both centers of the yin and yang. Releasing our need to control. They are both wearing butterflies on his cape here of the navy blue, speaking his truth. And this is surrendering and opening of the heart, right, in this transformation. Okay, beautiful, 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 wonderful. In the past, literally the past, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. I believe that's where I said here. This is, if these are ancestral patterns, we can look at that with love because they don't know what they didn't know. But we can rise above our reason, right? And be the ones that surrender and show the strength in surrendering. It takes a lot more guts. It takes a lot more guts to be in an energy of surrender and go, I just allow, especially if we've controlled out of fear for most of our lives and lied to ourselves here. So, the Ten of Pentacles is the tree of life, it is the interconnectedness of all things, it is our deep roots. This is about family, seeing the truth of. The truth of our own behavioral patterns, where they came from, understanding that this was not anybody's fault. Okay. This came from a cellular level, just like it was passed on to you. Okay. Let's see the center of the heart of the yang energy here. Heart of the yang. Oh, okay. I won't make that joke. Maybe I will later. So the Ace of Wands, this new spark. Once we do surrender, here comes this creative passion. Okay, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Okay, that might be also a magic stick. It might be our magic wand or the other kind. You know what I'm talking about. All right, here in the near future, Five of Cups here. Interesting that in these positions, again, they're bookending. So I'm going to be, we'll read the five and the five. 55 energy from yesterday, I believe I wrote that down, and we've been seeing, we saw all the fives, tens, a lot of nines as well on that Monday reading. Fives bookending. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities it presents. So, in this yang energy, no longer focusing on the spilt milk, because remember, this energy is eventually going to turn around. Okay. And once you lead the way, you allow yourself to be carried by spirit, the yang energy follows suit. So this is just a matter of time, guys. Just a matter of time. Pisces time. Okay. Let's Ace of Cups, the heart center was closed as in the block position, my number 7 card. Having uh a negative attitude perhaps toward our upbringing, towards our partner, towards familial ties, releasing the blame because we see ourselves and everyone that they're just doing the best that they could. And in a block position, this is overgiving. Okay, we are not pouring into our heart's cup. We are stuck in that Libra South node of um, filling everybody else's cup other than our own, which would be codependency. Okay, so that can be a potential block here in the future. But with Ace of Cups, all we got to do is start making sure our own cup is full first, that we feel peaceful so that we can attract peace, that we heal and recover and grow, rise above our raisin with this lotus energy. Out of the mud comes something very, very beautiful, these balanced waters. Okay. And then that energy exudes all around us. What are we releasing here? The need to control, or what's been controlling us? Fears. Sister card to the lover's energy, by the by. We had that 66 come up on both ends, two different decks a few nights ago. I think that was two readings ago. It was after the Saturday read. So we're surrendering what Spirit wants you to know is there's still some fears here on the Yang energy that need to be seen from a higher perspective, because they're here to teach us something, right? There's a other side of that lemniscape for a reason. These cellular patterns, all that red and orange, now bookending the brightest red card of the whole entire deck. That is not an accident. Okay. Releasing what we've been afraid of, releasing codependency, releasing patterns. Okay. Releasing the biggest one is fears, because a need to control is fear based. And then it blocks our higher self. What does that do but open up all the aces of potential, having that gratitude for this life and all the opportunities? Four aces of potential, much opportunities, much all the aces of potential that it opens up and brings. This crowning energy here with her yellow crown, all the 10 pentacles, healing our heart from that, from those ancestral patterns. Surrendering control, bookending each other, even finding our creativity, our spice of life, allowing uh, life to heat up here a little bit with that Ace of Wands, and having gratitude, being spoiled for opportunity when we step into our truth, and being thankful then with these green cups and that green gratitude card, being thankful for the lessons. bookending the 10 of Pentacles, bookending why we ourselves couldn't see if this side of the board is another person for you. Okay, they will come to the same conclusion, especially once you have some boundaries. When your cup is full and you take that yang energy and you look at it like a boss looking at the truth, um, they have no choice but to follow suit because that's we're not having it, right? They're dead in the water if they don't kind of get on the same board and go the same direction. And if they choose not to, then that is okay. We cannot control that, right? Let's keep going here. The opportunity in the Hermit's Lantern, the masculine energy is not far behind, guys. So this implies the tower already happened, which we see it happening over here. They might be very quick. But again, like I said, I feel like you're the one down here watching as the outcome energy because the high priestess hermit, that's a lot of spiritual work that I am truly from the bottom of my butt to the top of my heart proud of y'all for. And it's not easy. It's not easy. And like there's a lot of doubt and questioning, and is this really happening? And like what is this all about? Okay. So but by doing this, by following those opportunities and being spoiled for choice with these opportunities, we now have that star energy. Money increases, and again, a possible counterpart here that is King of Pentacles, which would be Turian energy. I did mention the Sun in Virgo, and that is trining Uranus, that is in Taurus. All the money around him. And now we also have not only a king and queen of swords on the board, we have a king of pentacles. So that might be coming here through with this choice of this past life deep soulmate connection. Oh my gosh, especially when we got the Six of Cups here. So getting out of that woe is me, facing the two cups, which is where we want to have gratitude for. Thank you for the lessons of the three spilt cups so that I can focus on the two that are much bigger cups and much stronger cups, in the first place. So this four aces of potential, someone from the past coming into the present to affect our future. And with those two kings, a queen, and the lover's choice card, this could bring in a decision maybe of this masculine energy within ourselves or for someone else. They have some competition now. This is the manifestation of the star, the hopes, the wish. We do that through gratitude and getting in the feeling of already having it and touching each other now. She's sitting on that orange creative throne, and now we have two divine pairs on the board. King and Queen of Swords, King and Queen of Pentacles, Six of Cups, the Lovers. How fitting. This other person, if you're seeing this yang energy as another person, maybe you know or do not know, they follow you. You're already in the high priestess energy. This is the other person making their transformation. She is in this other person, or your yang energy of action is currently in a transformative state. I mean, this could be communication messages from spirit, but I feel like it's fast, passionate communication about feelings. Somebody's waking up. Somebody else other than you, because you've already You've already done that work here. And the only thing that is stopping you from moving any further is just like, okay, I've already done all the hard work. I'm going to focus on this Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is resetting here for right in the heart of this reading by our surrendering all of those burdens inside of that Led Zeppelin 4 album, which Stairway to Heaven is on. This is the Stairway to Spirit. The Hermit is inside the center of the album. Okay. If this has been held back in the past or the raising consciousness, it's gonna take a hot minute, and you may not know about it if this is another person from you. They may sit on this for a minute. Yeah. Because they don't know what the hell's happening to them. You're going, okay, now you do it. You're watching them find their tower moments, and then you're gonna be there to help their fall. Uh, Now we got to be fair, and we did two extra on this side. So let's see over here: Queen of Wands and a Page of Cups. So having the confidence by being the teacher here, stepping into your truth. I do, we do, now you do, okay, has an increase in confidence. The Queen of Wands is also a master manifester. She is noticed the second she walks into a room. Two divine pairs here in the energy. This could be that you just so shiny when you walk in a room, you just have people like, ah. Because that energy is felt, right? It doesn't matter the exterior. People just want to be around you when you're vibrating on that higher frequency. Okay, they want to know, they want to learn, they want to give you a message. You are shiny, you are gorgeous, you are radiating positivity. How did you create this? In the age of Aquarius here. How'd you do it? They want to, inquiring minds want to know. Okay. Oh my gosh, guys, what a beautiful reading for y'all today. I mean, I would expect no less with the spiritual viewers. Uh, no sugar coatings here. Those double fives, that's a lower vibration. That frequency passes in and out pretty quickly. It's just this masculine, that last need of whatever we're still kind of having our thumb on. If you're seeing this as your own yin and yang, or whatever that person is still trying to steer a certain direction, once they release that, and then all this just comes flooding in. Advice, motivation. You, I do, we do. Motivating them to do. How'd you do it? I want to do what you're doing. How'd you do that? How did you shift your life in such a profound way? And it's a child. Okay. I was talking about my students for a reason. I don't hardly ever. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. I was talking to Don yesterday about my chart, and we were talking about some interesting happenings come springtime. So if there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. Action, creativity, 10 turning into the ace right there. Last little bit of self esteem work. You're doing it well because, hello, Queen of Wands is the most confident queen. I mean, Queen of Pentacles has been there for a hot minute, but she ain't bothered. She's like, yeah, that's old hat. I remember those days. Queen of Wands is just discovering her power of magnetic attraction. Okay. You're inspiring others. You're motivating others, guys. Plain and simple. Bottom of the deck there. Look how these are both star chakra. Hot pink energy. I found a hot pink feather on my walkway when I went to leave yesterday. And of course, that's not a real feather, but where in the world? I've lived here since 2015 and never have I ever Only had a couple feathers ever, period. The second one being a hot pink, like a boa kind of. The Queen of Wands is wearing the boa, the confidence. Like, you go, you go. And I was like, that is spiritual. That is that fifth dimension. The star chakra is hot pink vibrational frequency. Um, and that be a unicorn. How'd you do it? They see you as a unicorn from a childlike perspective. Children still believe in unicorns. Okay. Um, you guys are doing, I mean, there's just too many synchronicities here. Always trust in the purity of your heart. This yang side is having a heart awakening. Look inside your heart, and within it, you will find your answers. In addition to that, with your opportunity, using your hopes, your dreams, your wishes to lead yourself there by looking at our past. Look what this unicorn is holding. Can you see it? The unicorn's holding a lantern. This card doesn't come out a lot, maybe a handful of times. I use this deck a lot. The unicorn, now the student, is now following the teacher. That's what I have for you today. Spiritual viewers, you're amazing. I hope this reading finds you well. I hope you found something within it that you can use for yourselves today to continue to lead yourselves along this path. There's a lot more that you get than I think you're bargaining for here. And all you got to do is allow. I love you. I mean that. And I will see you guys tomorrow on the live at 6 p.m. with our eclipse lessons. We're going to be doing some teaching ourselves tomorrow night. So thank you so much for your time, energy, and love. We do appreciate your likes and subscribes, and especially sharing these videos with anyone, because again, you're showing others the pathway here. So for that, we thank you. Bye bye now.